Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and in this video, we are going to be having a look at the new CCM DC-73. Now, this thing is fully console-friendly, and as you can see, it is a classic American muscle car style body with inspiration that may or may not have been drawn from several different sources. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Obviously, this thing is fully console-friendly and doesn't really feature any branding or anything like that, but it is not the original chassis. It is not the original axle setup, and obviously those have been swapped out for something a little more interesting, a little more beefy, and my god, that looks like an entire 1-ton steering setup underneath there. God, that's coilovers and 1-ton steering. Look at the links. Holy cow, this thing has a bunch of craziness literally hanging out right underneath the car. That is amazing. This is running a cage. Look at that. Look at the cage, look at the shifter. This thing is actually really, really cool. Oh my god, look at that rear axle. Okay, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, in order to test this thing out, we've actually come to TNB Trails because it features a lot of different types of obstacles and tracks and jumps and stuff like that. And as far as engines go, we're starting with a factory 318, which gives you a B-. Then you have a 327, which gives you an A-, and then a 383 with a performance tune, which gives you an S+. Bet you can't guess which one we're gonna go for. Yeah, that was an easy decision. So we have a 3-speed non-overdrive, 6-speed, and then a 4-speed, which the 4-speed is the off-road specific. So we're gonna start with the 6-speed. It seems to be the best across the board. And then, this is where it gets very interesting. So the stock, I say stock very loosely. The stock suspension is low in height and low in travel, recommended for 35-inch tires. Now, the raised is recommended for 43-inch tires and is recommended for use in the mud. And then the tuned custom is for full travel and is recommended for use with 39-inch tires, which is definitely what we're going to go with. So let's go ahead and go, ooh. So he's actually put the MTs in the all-terrain category for this one, which is interesting. And it looks like you could run the 43s with this particular suspension, the Flexi one, if you wanted to. However, he recommends running the 39s. So let's see what we can find, first of all. Now, we do have a really big lineup of different tire types. And actually, well, you know what? I take that back. It's not quite as big as I thought it was going to be. But even so, you do have some chained options if you would like to use this thing in a campaign scenario with ice and snow. Now, as far as, ooh, I really like these. I really, really like the tractor tires. But at the same time, I'm probably going to go with I might go actually with the standard mud tire. I don't know how that's going to do in the rocks, though. I'm probably going to start out with the 39-inch MT, and then we'll go from there. And then, oh my god, these are, okay, well, luckily that one is auto-installed because we're running into some weird rank lock issues. And then, let's see. Whoa, doors, windows down, doors, windows up. I'm going to leave the windows down, but that's really freaking cool. You can also go for tube doors. That is a very, very, very Mad Max style setup. You can also do fender flares if you so desire. You can do a Reese hitch. That's interesting. Although I will say this thing can pull trailers and has a full assortment of scout trailers it can haul. So it also makes it campaign usable, which is really nice. You have the stock hood, the scooped hood, small roof rack, and stock trunk lid. What happens if you take that off? Oh. Oh, no, wait. Is there anything in there? Is there anything in the trunk? I am very curious. No. Well, I was really hoping there was something in the trunk. I was like, please let there be something cool in the trunk. Let's see. Front tube bumper or classic push bar? I almost want to go with the classic push bar because you guys, once again, you guys know where that comes from, but I think I'm going to go with the tube bumper this time. Then, let's see, classic slot wheel, that's pretty much the only choice, but, ooh, these are some interesting color types for sure. Okay, so we could go with a more orange type, or we could go a little bit of a darker, like matte red. I like the orange, though. I really dig the way it looks. Definitely going to throw beans on the dash, and we'll throw, let's see. I'm going to go with the pine tree. That'll work. And now it's time to leave the garage and head out to TNB Trails. Let's fire it up. It's got an interesting engine sound for sure. Let's see. Oh, my God. All right, it's properly quick. It's actually a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. I am going to give it a try on the flex ramp and just see how much it actually wants to flex out. That's really impressive. That's really, really, really impressive. And look at that. You can see all of the arms, all of the links working properly. You can see the coilovers working properly. I really like that. That's awesome. As a matter of fact, that's potentially like one of the cleanest flexible setups that I've seen in a long time. This thing is amazing in that regard. Let's see what it looks like from the interior view. Sup, Beans? How you doing, bud? Oh, God. Oh, God. Don't flip it over the edge already. Please don't. Actually, for bombing this thing down a back road, it does really, really well on this suspension type with full articulation. It's not just for the rock crawling trails. I mean, if you wanted to, like, pick up some real speed and send it down a back road or down a dirt road or do some almost like Baja style stuff, you totally could. You absolutely totally could. Now let's see what this thing will do. Oh God. Yep. Backing it up. Let's see what it'll do in a racetrack environment. This is probably not the intended use for this vehicle, but you know what? I'm very curious as to what'll happen when we sort of throw it into something that's a little bit out of its element, because I feel like y'all expected me to probably take it to the crawling trails first, and I was thinking about it. Y'all had me almost completely figured out. But I think for this first run, we're going to take it to the racetrack, and then after that, we will obviously do a little bit of crawling in it, because I really do want to see what it's like and how it does in that particular type of wheeling. But let's see how it does, like I said before, on a proper racetrack. Now, I'm sure it's not going to be the fastest thing in the world. I'm sure it's not going to be the most track-tuned or track-ready thing in the world, but I really want to see just how it'll do. Love how it doesn't care. It'll just go right up over the hill, right up over the berm, you know, right before you get to the racetrack. All right. Quick bodywork repair, and we'll see how she does. It's really, really cool looking, though. I don't know about y'all, but I love these, like, 70s style car bodies on top of gigantic, like, 1-ton axles. I think it's, like, the coolest looking thing. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Dude, absolutely launched it off of there. Actually, the suspension is doing really, really well on the racetrack already. I'm really impressed. The steering is a little slow, but really at the end of the day, this is still primarily a trail tune, so I can't really fault the speed of the steering at all. Easy to drive, stays really flat and level over the jumps. I mean, I feel like some people may think it needs to be faster, but it's really, really good. Turn in just a little before the top of the hill. It's going to get light. Actually, it doesn't go fast enough to really get that light up there. Swing it in. Stay on the gas. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, I was thinking it was going to be fully controlled over that jump, and it almost was. It really, truly almost was. But, like, it was actually my bad in letting it kind of, you know, snap back the other way. I probably could have done a little bit of a better job of controlling the landing, but that's on me. Man, when you actually do a jump correctly, though, the way it lands, the way it actually, like, deals with the terrain is super impressive and super respectable. And you can pretty much, what I love about it on this racetrack is the fact that it can stay pretty much just flat. You know what I mean? It will literally stay flat everywhere. Oh, my God. Okay, we may have done that a little overzealously, though. All right, rolling pit stop, repair and refuel. Thank you. Ah, turn. Oh my God, turn. I was able to stay in 5th. No worries at all. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Turn into the corner, not away from it. Please. Please. Stay flat. Oh, ninja winch. Okay. I didn't want to lift. As you guys can very clearly see, I did not want to lift. But you know what? This thing was a lot more fun out here than I thought it was going to be. I went into that way too hot. But you know what? We finished a lap, or basically finished a lap, with only a little bit of shenanigans. And, you know, I gotta say, this thing impressed the crap out of me. I would like to see more wheel choices, but, I mean, at the end of the day, like, is that really, you know, the most important thing? I mean, I guess it all depends on what you're looking for out of a vehicle, but, like, no way. Look. We've got, like, drilled and slotted rotors even. And you can see the joints for the steering. Oh, my God. That's so cool. The finned diff cover. I mean, I know that for a lot of people, those are like, oh, why would it not have that? But, like, you got to think about it, like, in the standpoint of making a mod, the level of quality that goes into providing those little features here and there is huge. So let's go ahead and get back out of the free camera again, go back to the garage, and now we're going to make our way to a little bit more of a crawling trail and see how it does in that kind of environment. I love how quickly it gets up and goes off the line, too. Like, it just absolutely rockets away. All right, there we go. Not bad. Bro, this thing is actually, like, ripping. Whoa. Whoa. Come on. All right, so let's see how you do in a crawling trail environment. Now, this trail isn't super gnarly right off the bat, so what I'm probably going to do is, like, legit just, you know, go nuts through it up until it gets, obviously, a little bit more challenging. This part, I can pretty much just jump everything. Oh my god, he just literally, like, flies right up over it. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so much fun to drive. That's the other thing that I love about this mod, too, is that when this thing makes its way to consoles, and we know it will because the CCM mods are super console-friendly, and there's never been any issues with CCM mods making their way to consoles. Of course, like, after a few adjustments here and there, but, oh, look at that view, too. Look at that freaking view, man. What a rig! What an absolute unit of a rig. Uh-oh. And then that's what happens when you get it wrong. Oh my god. You want to talk about ninja winches? That's probably one of my best right there. That right there, probably one of my best. I love how well-rounded these standard MT tires are because you can do well on the dirt, you can do well on the rocks, you can do well around a dirt racetrack, you can do well around just about whatever you want with these standard MT tires. Now, I'm sure that if we were in some really deep... Whoa! Oh, no. Okay, I'm getting a little overzealous now for this terrain. Definitely getting a little overzealous now. I know when I need to slow down a bit. All right. Yep, I know internally when I need to slow down a bit. Will it roll back to its wheels? Probably not. Yes. With some crafty winching, anything is possible. So now let's actually drive it a little bit more correctly in terms of crawling and see how it does in that regard. And you know, honestly, with this 6-speed gearbox, like... low minus is super low, and so I don't really think you would need anything lower than that, which in a lot of ways kind of makes me wonder if it would even be if it would even be worth it to use the dedicated off-road box when this thing can just pretty much do everything with the 6-speed. You know what I mean? It's like you're pretty much open to any possibility with the 6-speed, so I don't even know if I would recommend anybody to use the 4-speed. Come on, find some grip. That line and that wheelbase didn't really go together very well, but I do have to say that one thing you will run into when you're using this thing in a crawler-based environment is the fact that the front and rear overhangs are tremendous, and that's really something you're never going to get away from when you have a car body underneath truck axles. I mean, a car body, you know, the front and rear of the vehicle is basically just going to stick out no matter what, and so you kind of have to plan for that internally and, like, plan the routes you're going to take, but... I think that, you know, in terms of what this thing is going to get used for, I think it's going to be used more for a fun scout slash, you know, dirt racing vehicle as opposed to like a rock crawler. Now, you could use it as a rock crawler if you want, but I definitely think, like I said before, that this thing is going to be most widely used as a fun scout vehicle slash dirt racing vehicle. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed this look at this car, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on it in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.